Do you have to be licensed to operate a crematorium? No. You just get on the job training. There's another thing you can take, which I took after 15 years of running a crematorium. It's called CANA's Crematorium Operations Certificate Program. It benefits you for applying for jobs. Just shows that you've completed a course and you kind of know what they're talking about, you know. And with that and on the job training, you're set up pretty good. Okay. How long does it take to cremate a body? Depends on the size and the casket that they're in. You know, the cremation container. They can take 2 hours, can take 3 hours, it can take 4 hours. Some crematoriums that are coming out now can do them all in an hour and a half. They're so big. But an older crematorium called a retort, it takes longer. Because the average temperature in ours is about 1700 degrees. So over that period, it takes, ours takes that long because it has to dry the bones out so that we can break them down after we sweep them out, because otherwise the processor machine won't break the bones because the bones are so hard. So we have to maintain the temperature up so that the bones become brittle, and then we can break them up. What is left in the crematorium chamber after? Just the skeletal of the bone. Sometimes there's some jewelry that people put in there. We recommend not to. Rather take that and put it into an urn and tie it to the bag. And in case somebody wanted it back, you know, in the crematorium, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't cremate. It just scars it up really bad, okay? And can you cremate any casket? No. There's cardboard, there's plywood, there is caskets that are made out of very thin material meant for cremation. Metal caskets, absolutely not. They don't cremate, they just bend and warp and cause a big headaches for the crematorium operators. And then the thing is, what do you do with the big casket, metal casket after? You got to put it in the dumpster, and that's not good, you know. So, and how do we get the cremations out of the retort? We have a 12-inch wire brush on a 10-foot pole, and we sweep them all forward into the little tray that is at the head end. And once that's taken out, and then we take them over and put them on the processor. Once they're cooled down, then we run the processor to break the cremains down so that they can fit into any type of urn. And some people have pacemakers. Do they have to be taken out? Yes, they do, because they explode inside the crematorium, and that can cause damage inside the crematorium, break bricks and stuff like that. And you know, how much cremated remains are left after you process them? On the average, 2 to 5 pounds. And that's how they gauge the size of the urn too. And what is the scary cremations to do? Obese, because you're dealing with grease, and a lot of grease. And the big machines that they're coming out now are pretty safe with these obese people. But little ones like what I've worked on, very scary. You can have flames shooting out a 30-foot stack. You know, little sparks can fly out the top, you know, and then maybe burn a roof, grass fire, depends. And they're just, and you can't leave them alone. You have to be right there, because anything could go wrong. And with obese people, they can smoke, and then you got smoke coming to the stack, then you get phone calls, fire department showing up. And so now what we did is we would call the fire department if we thought there was going to be a problem, and let them know that there's going to be some issues with smoke, and they're fine with that. So if any calls come in, they can just say, this is what's going on, it's a crematorium, okay? What is the hardest body to cremate? Is skinny people. If you put a skinny person into a cardboard casket or a little plywood tray, they are horrible to cremate because there's no grease to get the heat up. Once the container is burnt, there's nothing there to help continue the cremation on, you know. And so a bigger person, much easier, because of the grease in your body. Helps fuel the flames and keep it going. Can you witness a cremation? Yes. When I started back in the 80s. You never heard of that too often, but now all families are starting to say, hey, we want to witness dad's cremation or mom's cremation. They want to just, it's peace of mind for them to make sure this really was them that went into the crematorium. And the funeral homes like it too, because then they know, yes, for sure, this is that person, because, you know, we want to make sure we did the right thing. So how were they identified? Before the cremation, there's a metal tag with a number on it with the name of the crematorium on it, and that stays with the paperwork for that body until the cremation starts. That tag is put inside the retort, and it stays there till the end of the cremation. When the cremation is done, we take the metal tag out, sweep the cremains out, and that sits over onto the processing machine. The tag is right there. All the paperwork is documented with that number, and then when we do up the certificate of cremation, it has that number on it that identifies the cremated remains and the name of the funeral home if they ever got lost. And that's how that all works. I'll come up with some more stuff on my next video. Thank you.